Hello everyone, I am Meher and I welcome you to this video of Widow Talk. When I started thinking about the topic of this one, the one thing that came in my mind and it kind of stuck there was death. Yes, the very threshold that separates life from being lifeless, from being alive to becoming dead to the world, from being a reality to becoming a mere memory in your loved ones' minds. And for me, it was that point in my life from where onwards everything changed and nothing has been the same ever since. And when I say death, I have seen it, I have felt it very closely. And here I am talking in front of the camera about the most devastating thing that happened to me in my life. In an unexpected turn of events, I lost my husband to death. Losing your loved one, this loss, it changes you. And for me, this loss has made me the person I am today, because losing the person you thought you'd grow old with, well, it changes you forever. It's like a piece of your heart is torn away and it creates a void that seems impossible to fill. My husband Rosa and I, we were married for 18 lovely years. He was my rock, my love, my partner in every sense of the word. Together we navigated the ups and downs of life with our 3 beautiful children, trying to build a life full of laughter, love and joy. But then life threw us a curveball. With a twist of fate, our world was shattered. And the day I lost him to sudden cardiac arrest will be forever etched in my memory. I want to talk about the day when I got the phone call that my husband has been taken to the hospital and he's not waking up. And I remember thinking to myself, heck, what can be wrong? I had talked to him earlier while on his way to work, he was not feeling well and he told me that he's going to the hospital. And then afterwards, he talked to me and he told me that the doctor diagnosed and treated him as a case of indigestion. And when I asked him how he was feeling, he said he was slightly better. And I say to myself, what could have gone wrong? Maybe the doctor gave him a high dose of something or whatever. So, well, whatever, I'll just go and wake him. It's as simple as that. I rushed to the hospital and I barged in and I was bombarded with these words: boss has expired. I went into complete shock. A wave of numbness swept over me and my mind started shutting down, as if trying its best to nullify the whole horrible experience. And I said, how is that possible? And without waiting for an answer, I said, where is he? And I was eager to go to the room where he was, thinking that how mistaken all these people are. I'll just go and wake him. Well, whatever. I rushed to the ER, and there he was, my beloved, under a white sheet, a cocoon of finality. I remember thinking to myself, how is it that a person who was fit and fine a while ago, how is it that he's no longer alive? That's not possible. Even when I saw him, I was thinking, no, that can't be Rosa, that must be someone else. But then I saw when I pulled away the sheet. It was him. His features once animated with joy and laughter, frozen in stillness. His eyes shut, never to be opened again. I held his hand. I traced the outline of his hand. But the warmth was long gone. I leaned forward and I whispered something in his ear. I don't even remember what I said. And the sheet was clinging to his form as if reluctant to release into eternity. I pressed my forehead against his head, seeking solace in the coldness that mirrored my heart. I carried with me the weight of unsaid goodbye. And then I stepped back. And I took with me not only grief, but fragments of a life forever altered, just because his time in this world was over. When I saw his dead body, I didn't cry as everyone expected me to. Instead, I found myself in a state of numbness, disbelief, and shock. It was as if my emotions had frozen, and everyone thought that there would be loud outbursts of crying and tears, but here I was, silent and detached, as if trying to make sense of what had happened here, and unable to connect with the grief that had begun simmering just beneath the surface. It was as if I was not being able to understand the magnitude of the loss, and my mind was trying to protect me from immediate pain by going into a state of emotional paralysis. And when I think about that today, I feel that that moment was a dividing line. There was a life I had before that, and a life after that moment, one which I'm still trying to figure out. In the days and weeks that followed, I found myself navigating through a sea of emotions: grief, anger, guilt, loneliness. It was as if I was drowning in the sea of sorrow, struggling to find my way back to the surface. And every moment felt like a constant battle between holding on to his memories and the reality of a future without him. The world blurred at the edges, and it was as if I was navigating through a fog. The first 1 year without him, it's a complete haze. Who called, who met me, the hasty decisions I made, blah blah blah. I don't remember. And the spaces that were once occupied by him, they all echoed in emptiness and his absence. And the mundane suddenly became very sacred. His favorite t-shirt, his watch, his mug, his pillow, all these things. Nights were the cruelest. When the quiet pressed in, I used to try reaching out to him in my dreams, only to wake up to emptiness. Grief, the uninvited companion, carved lines on my soul. But little by little, I learned to carry it, not as a burden, but as a testament to love that transcends time. And there is one very important thing that I would like to mention here. And that is, during all that time of darkness and pain and grief and heartache and loss, I discovered something profound: the power of vulnerability. I found out that it's okay not to be okay, and that grieving is a natural and essential part of healing. It's okay to grieve in any way I want to. It's okay to grieve as long as anyone wants to. Everything's okay when you're grieving. Death's impact isn't just about the person who's gone. It's the void they leave behind. It's the ripple effect of grief on their loved ones. Death can shatter us, but at the same time, it has this strange power to clarify what matters to us in life. The fear of death can be a powerful motivator. It can push us to live more fully, cherish our loved ones, and leave a positive mark on this world. And as I reflect on my journey, on the journey that has led me here, I am filled with gratitude for the love I shared, for the lessons I've learned, and for the power I've gained along this journey. And I can say that in the middle of all this heartache and chaos, I found moments of unexpected grace, in the kindness of friends who offered a listening ear, in the warmth of the family who stood by my side, in the cuteness of my teen and preteen kids who, at that time, didn't really know what losing their father to death actually meant. From my experience, I have come to see death not as an end, but as a transition, a journey from one form of existence to another. And it's a constant reminder for us to cherish our loved ones, cherish whatever matters in life, to love deeply, and to live with intention. It was during these moments of connection and reflection that the idea of this channel began to take shape. And I realized that I was not the only one facing grief. There were countless others who were facing similar struggles in the aftermath of loss, and they were seeking solace and understanding. So what I believe is that by coming together, by sharing our stories, by supporting each other, we can definitely find a way to move forward with our grief. Well, let's be honest. I know widowhood is a club no one wants to join, but by having open conversations, sharing our stories, coming together, we can all find strength in this shared experience. And it's about moving forward, and it's about finding those flickers of joy again. If you have lost your spouse, or you know someone who has, please join this community. And I would really like for you to leave a comment and tell me a little bit about your story. And if someone is looking for a heartfelt space to connect with other women and widows who have lost their spouses, please feel free to join my Facebook group. The link is in the description. Thank you for joining me on this deeply personal journey, and I would love for you to share your hearts and your wisdom. And thank you for reminding me that though the road ahead is uncertain, I know we can walk it together. And no matter how dark the night may seem, there is always a glimmer of light waiting to light our path. Thank you so much. We are coming to the end of this video. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. And I would like to end with a quote of Helen Keller that always resonates with me.